Hey G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. I am back, feeling much better. That was a rough go that I had there. Um, it was close. It was real close. Definitely makes me appreciate good health a lot more. Makes me appreciate you guys a lot more, and just life in general. It opened my eyes a bit. For those of you who don't know, I had a terrible MRSA infection. MRSA is it's known as a superbug. It's an antibiotic resistant form of staph. It had infected my kidney, which in turn gave me sepsis, or known in layman's terms as blood poisoning. Dropped my blood pressure dangerously low. So this bandage here on my arm, I have an IV catheter underneath there. I'm getting IV antibiotics once a day. Now it was twice a day for 8 weeks. That's how big this thing was. So just a friendly piece of advice, guys. Wash your hands thoroughly. That's not exactly how this came about, not through bad hand washing. I won't get completely into that. It's an opportunistic bug, let's put it that way, and it just breached the surgical site. So no fault of my own, let's put it that way. But yeah, keep your hands washed. This stuff actually grows on our skin. It's a part of what's known as our flora and fauna. We have good and bad bacteria growing on our skin. It's unavoidable, part of nature. Bacteria lives everywhere. Wash your hands, warm water, 20 seconds, scrub, and you know, between your fingers, under your fingernails. When you rinse your hands, fingers down. It's how I was taught in the medical field, fingers down, let the water run down your hands, and that comes right off your fingertips. So proper hand technique, you know, sing happy birthday twice, that's approximately 20 seconds. So friendly piece of advice, guys. Don't want any of you to ever get this sick. But enough of the morbidity. Thing is, I'm happy. I'm feeling a lot better, and it was your thoughts and prayers that really means a lot. Just reading your comments and your well wishes. You know, I'm a deeply religious person, and my faith in our Savior Jesus Christ, our Father in heaven, really, faith helps. Let's put it that way. So today we're looking at some really awesome action figures. I'll be reviewing 2 of them because they do go together as a pair. It wasn't like a vintage battle pack where you got 2 action figures in one. These guys are actually Black Major Customs. I saw them online and just fell in love with them. The guy that was selling them, I'll have all of his information up here on the screen. The way he had them displayed online was with a black light, and it just looks so cool with a black light shining on them. And that's something I never thought of. A black light would go great with some of the brighter G.I. Joes if you want to display them at Halloween. Some of the brighter things you know, with the septic tank. This thing's scary enough. All right, just have this displayed when you're passing out candy to the kids. Sit outside, have a black light shining on this, and they might not come up to your house. But I've said several times in the past, I love the weirdness, the weirder side of G.I. Joe. It really gave me a second avenue of play if I wanted to play military, you know, as a military scenario. I used the more military Joes, the more subdued colors, the camouflage, you know, the earlier G.I. Joes. If I wanted the sci-fi aspect, to have a little more futuristic battle, you know, in 85, 87, like, man, it's the year 2000, and this is the way the armies are going to look in year 2000. As we all know, no, the 21st century didn't turn anything. We don't have flying cars or anything like that that we had talked about back in the 20th century. So it gave me two avenues of play. You know, it appealed to both sides of my interest. I'm a big sci-fi fan, and I also love the military side. You know, being the son of a Green Beret, a war hero, he was highly decorated. My grandfather served. He served in Patton's Third Army. He didn't see much action though. He was a mess sergeant. But I come from a strong military family, so I really like to do the military scenarios with my friends. And my buddy John came from a big military family. He had a brother in the Army, another brother in the SEALs. So we really had our scenarios down, and it was a lot of fun. We even mimicked what we saw in the cartoons, and even played goofy. You know, just I remember playing with the Cobra bat, and the thing was indestructible because we only had one bat, and I had John roll because the bat would get shot and he'd fall down and stand back up, and you know, like his hand would fall off, so I put another accessory on, and it was fun. We had a lot of fun with the one and only bat that we had. But those are good times. You know, I was 11, 10 to 12. John was my buddy, my best friend for 2 years until he moved. So back to what I have to say. This is totally unscripted. You know, there's nothing online to really give me something to write a script about with these guys. They're really cool. I do love the Black Major customs. As you know, I have done these in the past. I have several of them. It gives me a chance to really expand my collection and to get a little more creative with my collecting. And you know, I still buy the vintage, love the vintage, buy modern figures. I should actually review a modern figure here soon, because I've been doing a lot of vintage. But the modern figures are really cool. I think they're definitely targeted more towards adults, you know, especially with figures like Doc here. I was so excited when I had got Doc. I never bought him when he was on the shelf. I could never find him. I think he was short packed intentionally. You know, you get a whole load, and it was like one in every 3 cases. So I never had bought Doc on retail, and online. My gosh, as you guys know, that you know who are shopping online, that his price could really get up there. I've seen him on Amazon as high as $70 mint and package. This one's complete. They come from really small accessories. That's why I'm saying they're targeted more towards adults. When I review him, you'll see that he came with some very tiny accessories, even the lifeline. He came with an IV bag, which is completely clear, and I know a kid would lose that in 20 seconds. You'll drop it on the floor and you couldn't see it unless you had black carpet. So that's, and I'm sure there's a lot of collectors out there share my opinion that modern figures are more targeted towards adults, people of our generation, those who were born in the 70s and 80s who grew up with G.I. Joe. I was born in '74. So I was right there at the beginning of G.I. Joe in '82. The first time I saw that commercial, like, man, I gotta get those, you know, I need them. And Star Wars was still pretty hot at the time, and my mom's like, you know, you only collect one thing. You know, she didn't want me to, you know, really get too crazy with having all these toys coming from a family of 5. So things were kind of thin for us. So I did have a few G.I. Joes at the time. I remember trading different things as a kid. Some duplicate Star Wars that I had, you know, some Star Wars action figures. I would trade those and get a G.I. Joe, or friends just gave them to me. You know, they got tired of them, and those were the kids that are a little more wealthy. They just didn't care. Oh, here, Byron, you want this? You know, take it. So, you know, I had a kid give me a short fuse of rock and roll, you know. So I had those as a kid, and really loved them. And the Cobra Soldier, Cobra Trooper, was actually my very first G.I. Joe. I had gotten him for Christmas at Christmas of '82. So that was the only brand new one I had until later on in life. But you know, without any further ado, sorry to keep you guys dragging. Let's go ahead and take a look at these fine action figures. I love them. I do. So let's go take a look at them. All right, so here they are in Black Major Customs. As you could see, they're both molded after the Cobra Trooper. We have these guys, yeah, as you see, they're bright. We have one right here that has the toxic warning symbol on his chest. So I have him displayed with the septic tank. And this one, he's just sculpted after the regular Cobra Trooper. The articulation is definitely the same. They're sculpted after model 1.5, as you can see from the swivel arm battle grip. These guys came with several accessories, which I think is pretty nice. They both came with the same ones. A lot of Black Major figures don't come with as many accessories as these guys. They came with the battle stand, or the display stand, whatever you want to call them. There are no date stamp on it. A copy of Cobra Viper 1.0, or version 1, came with his backpack. Very nice mold. Came with a Dragunov sniper rifle, as well as the Cobra Officer's AK-47. Now, there is some debate on whether or not the Cobra Officer should have come with the Dragunov sniper rifle. That is something that HCC 788 had broached, that it's a more advanced weapon, so it should have gone to an officer, and the AK-47 being more of a grunt weapon should have gone with the soldier or the trooper. And I agree. So you see this one, same bright colors, and he has the silver Cobra sigil, and they also painted his mask in silver, as well as nice little splashes of silver, oops, sorry about that, on the garrote here, which is a defensive weapon used to choke somebody. and it came with the 2 flares or grenades, which went to the pistol here. There is a date stamp here on his Tookus. It reads Black Major 2017. I'm sorry that you can't see that, but that's the first time that I have ever found a date stamp on a Black Major custom. This other trooper, the toxic waste trooper, I'll call him. Same thing. He has a purple mask, purple sigil, and he has these nice splashes of purple on him that cover his knee pads, his stiletto, and the harness, as well as his mask. And the toxic waste symbol is pretty cool. When I saw that, that's another grabbing point for me, because I don't have very many eco warriors. I have an incomplete cesspool. So I thought the colors and the toxic waste symbol went perfect with the septic tank. Now they did come with a file card. This is a very nice file card. You could almost frame it. It's a file card for the Cobra Trooper in green, as you could tell. Very nice. He's holding the sniper rifle. And on the back is the actual file card. This is almost good enough to actually frame. So it reads here on the card, Guerrilla Troopers, codename Letal Troops. Letal is Portuguese for death. Primary military specialty unknown. Secondary military specialty unknown. So these guys, they're completely rogue. Real name unknown, birthplace unknown, which fits because these troopers are a bunch of average everyday Joes that join the Army. Not a Joe as in G.I. Joe. You get me, I hope. For decades, the Letal or lethal troopers, that's my mistake. It's not death, they're lethal. Troopers were loyal to Letal himself, and they were most feared organization in South America. Now their leader was sworn alliance to the Black Major. This alliance had put a stronghold on Cobra and G.I. Joe around the world. Some of the most dangerous cutthroats and demolitions experts the world over, the Letal Troopers, will ensure the will of the Black Major is accomplished. So that is pretty cool. Like the Crimson Guard being the best of the Cobra troops, these guys are the best of the best. They are, I gather they're a little more rogue. I see them as a different faction from Cobra, that they broke off but kept the uniforms, and they formed their own sub-army of guerrilla fighters. So these guys are the meanest. That's the first, like I said, the first file card I had ever received from a Black Major, and it explains a lot to me about these figures. These guys are just simply awesome. I'm not sure how many are left online, but I would suggest that if you really like these, if you like Black Major customs, I highly recommend these figures. Alright, so that's my review of these awesome Black Major customs. I hope that you liked them, and I hope that you enjoyed this review. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please please share this video with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel. I am 14 subscribers as of this time, away from 100 subscribers, and as you guys know, who are regular to this channel that when I reach 100 subscribers, I'm going to do another giveaway. Like I said, this is going to be a very nice toy that I'll be giving away. I'm trying to grope for a better word, but a very nice piece that I'll be giving away. As you know, I gave away with my last giveaway a complete HAL with a complete Grand Slam version 1.5. So that's one of my favorite vehicle or weapons platform and action figure from when I was a kid. So that one was near and dear to my heart. Wasn't from my childhood, I never had it, but I'll give you guys a choice between two. So the winner will have his choice this time, because it's a special event. You know, 100 subscribers. It would be a very big deal to me. I'm not going to say what I'll be giving away this time. I will keep that a secret. So anyway, thanks again, guys, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Like I've said before, I have the best viewers in the world. You guys are great. I've made a lot of friends from this channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. When I see my subscriber numbers go up, it does mean a lot to me. It means that you appreciate what I'm doing. So next week I'll be doing another review. Might be a modern figure. I have my eye on another figure, another vintage, which is actually a viewer request. So I might do that one first. Finally got him complete, so I could review him. So anyway, really appreciate you guys. I honestly do. So this has been Joe Motion Videos 82 signing off. Thank you so very much once again. You have a great day. Bye-bye.